Hey, welcome back. We're doing a page turner, page by page, through the Elemental Key, Tap Untap Burn, Elemental Key, a new book that's out on DMsGuild. Of course, it's bundled with all the other 5-color mana and Magic Paradigm mechanic books that are on the DMG for a whopping 33% discount. You can read all these books cover to cover, every page, to make sure it's something that you want to have in your library before you commit your dollars to it. And if you do, please give me a 5-star review on them to let other people know that it's worth their time taking them a read. We've been going through each of these class features. They're all optional. You can choose any one of them to add to your campaign or not, depending on if you like the cut of their jibs. And so if you use them all together, the monk becomes a truly powerful option to compare against Artificer or the Paladin, or it doesn't fall behind at all anymore by implementing all these different options, which is ultimately what we want. We want the monk to be something that people want to pick, to not be afraid that it's going to be too weak for them. So let's go ahead and keep exploring. You could pause the video at any time to see the rest of this work, but we're getting towards the end of the book and we only have a few different class features. Maybe I'll just go ahead and I don't have time to finish all of them today, but we're going to get through these and then we'll go through and be able to finish this book tomorrow. But you're welcome to pause at any point here to read through these yourself, or better yet, just go grab it on the DMsGuild and read it through at your own leisure. But we're going to look at key healing here real quick, which is replacing the quickened healing from Talsh's Cauldron of Everything. As an action, check this. As an action, you burn 1 key and roll a martial arts die. You or a creature you touch gain a number of hit points equal to the total rolled, plus your wisdom bonus. Constructs and undead creatures touched can't be healed this way. So, looking at our scaling table, we know we start with a D4, and it scales up to a D12 at the last tier of play. So we know here that we're looking at, you burn 1 key. At the beginning, it's not very impressive at all. It'll be a D4 plus your wisdom modifier. Now in Tasha's Cauldron, it's a martial arts die plus your proficiency bonus. So at the very best, this spell, this ability, using the player's handbook, is going to at best do 6 points of healing for you at 4th level. That is not a good use of your key, and I will argue with you. I will agree with you and not argue that it's if you have it scale with if it's not scaling any better than that, it's not going to ever be a really good use of your key. By allowing your D6 to change, your D4 to change into a D6 at 5th level. And then using your wisdom bonus instead of your proficiency bonus. This is, again, more encouragement for you to lean into your wisdom stat and to take advantage of having less madness in your character's stat distribution. You could realistically get away with a really good wisdom. It covers your casting as well as your weapon combat options as detailed in the Art of Battle above, using wisdom instead of dex or strength for weapon attacks. So now you have to really decide is, do I want to pump my dexterity for my armor class, which you don't necessarily have to do because the Art of Defense lets you burn key for shield if you really need it. Or do I want to bump up constitution or strength? Strength, you're only going to really need strength for missile deflection to be able to grab really big boulders and lob them back at people with vengeance. Most likely what you're going to want to do is focus in on wisdom and constitution, which is far more akin to what you would see for a primary casting class. So this helps reduce the madness, keep your character in line, but still allows you the wiggle room to put some decent stats in elsewhere as needed. At 20th level, when you still potentially have a wisdom of 20, you're going to roll a d12 every time you spend a key. That's going to be up to a potential 17 points, but it's probably going to be more like around 10 or 11. That's pretty good value for your key. So that is it doesn't directly compete with what the cleric or the paladin can do until you get to level 9, at which point they already have much better healing options than you do. But this is good backup, like super backup behind your cleric and druid, behind even your paladin with lay on hands and cure wounds, like your third line of defense for healing. But it's there and it's useful, so it makes your team just, again, a little bit more flexible. We're going to continue exploring different options that are presented in this book. We're going to catch up with the rest of these features tomorrow. I recommend that you go check out the book on DMsGuild and thumb through it at your leisure to take a read through it, let it soak in, see if it's something that's right for your table, and invest in the artwork. Get more Leonins. Get more Dragon folks, get more MTG into your D&D, and I really appreciate your support. So that's it for today. I'll be back on doing some artwork later on tonight as usual, and so like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter so you can keep up to date on what's going on. We're going to be doing some mana design later on in the week. Once the character commission is done, we're going to be switching gears to building optional character classes using Tap Untap Burn mana mechanics. So looking forward to seeing you around. Thanks for taking interest. Bye.